Question. P.S. If a is greater than 0 and b over a is greater than 0, which of the following is true? Option 1. A times b is greater than 0. Option 2. B is greater than 0. Option 3. A plus b is greater than 0. Solution. The first property of inequality. Multiplying or dividing an inequality by a positive number does not change the direction of the inequality sign, which is positive rule in inequality. If a is greater than b, then a times x is greater than b times x, and a over x is greater than b over x, where x is greater than 0. The third fundamental concept in inequality. The sum of two larger quantities will be greater than the sum of two smaller quantities. If a is greater than b and c is greater than d, then a plus c is greater than b plus d. We are required to select the option that will be true if a is greater than 0 and b over a is greater than 0. As a is greater than 0, we can multiply both sides of the inequality b over a is greater than 0 by a without any change to the inequality sign by the first property of inequality, which is positive rule in inequality. So, a times b over a is greater than a times 0 that equals to 0. That is, b is greater than 0. Now we know that both a and b are positive, that is, a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. Let us look at each option. Option 1, a times b is greater than 0. We know that a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. Multiplication of two positive numbers gives a positive number. Thus, a times b is greater than 0, and hence this option is true. Option 2. B is greater than 0. We have already proved that b is greater than 0. Hence this option is true. Option 3. A plus b is greater than 0. Now we know that a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. We can add the two inequalities to get a plus b is greater than 0 plus 0 by the third fundamental concept in inequality. That is, a plus b is greater than 0. Hence this option is true. So, all three options are true, and thus, E is the correct answer. Answer E.